Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. Stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I've won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me. I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone. Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side, and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate, and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone. It's so cold outside, I'm alone.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Okay. That was loud. Okay. So welcome to another stream. Today, we're actually playing Run 8, as you heard. Loud sounds of train horns today. I hope you guys are okay with loud train horns. We should have some cool meets today as well set up here, and also we're heading from Needles down to Bakersfield. We may make a stop in Barstow though, so I have no clue how it has plans on routing me, but we'll see how it routes me and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and start turning on this. So as the trains start here, but yeah, so hopefully we have a good trip today. This trip could go into 2 parts. I may have to pull into a siding and do a 2-parter, because this trip could take anywhere from an hour to 5 hours. And I don't know. We're starting at 4:39 a.m. game time, which is following realistic time. So yeah, even though it's 3:14 p.m., I plan on just having it at 4:39 a.m. in the game. But yeah, this is the train that we are driving today. It's a BNSF. What is it again? ES484DC train leading the consist here. We got another BNSF following it, and we got a lot of train cars. I have not looked how many train cars we have and how much weight we're pulling and how long we are either. So who knows how long our train really is. What's the sign say? Trespassing on railroad property is illegal. Offenders will be prosecuted. I don't think I'm trespassing. I love this game. The level of detail is nice. We got a lot of train cars here. I wonder if I'm going to see a Run 8 one, because I don't have all the skins either, so it's possible for me to run into them too, or have them even. But I don't think I do actually. At this round, I think this round I actually have the full everything that I have access to. Right now, all I'm doing is doing a rock around my train just to see what we have. I'm gonna hop in and we can request a signal. I'm not gonna look at the dispatcher panel. That is my job to do. I will only enter it if I have to request for a route, and that's only because I might have to if I go to Barstow. But if it says me the receiving yard, I'll go into the receiving yard, change my tag, and we'll go from there. But shouldn't I changed my tag to go down towards Bakersfield? So hopefully it leads us down that way. And we don't have to waste time. I had a couple of times where Auto doesn't like to play nice, and actually make sure auto's back on. Yes, okay, auto's back on for our routes. Auto doesn't like to play nice sometimes, so we'll see how it behaves. This is a really long train, by the way. I'm not sure if you can tell. Like, I've been walking for a good minute here, and I've yet found the end of this train. I do not have 2 locomotives in the back, so I should at least. I should have DPUs. Distributed power units. Okay, here's my first Run8 train car. So it looks like just one by the looks of it. I don't think I have any of the box cars, which is good. I like those. I don't really like the Run8 skins, but you deal with what you have to deal with sometimes. Alright, we're reaching the end here. Hey, here's the end. We have 2 locomotives on the back. Both of them are BNSF, and they're loud. Let me see if I can lower the... Alright, there we go. That should be a good balance between the two. Alright, I'm just gonna hop into the front here. I know we'll see how big our train is as well. Let's see how big our train is by this menu. Alright, so we're going to be carrying quite a bit of weight, but I know that already. We have a total of 91 units, which is train cars, including the power units. We have a total of 374 axles. Our weight in tonnage is 8,802. We have 5,145 feet of train. And we're heading from wherever this train came from to Bakersfield. And our job is to bring it to Bakersfield. So let's go ahead and get our train on the roll. I also gonna make sure I still have I still have that block selected. Alright, let's head out. Let's go ahead and tone dispatch. Request signal. I should have an easy... Yep, there we go. Let's get on the move. This is gonna be fun. Yeah.
Girl, you got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took. Sweet and spicy.
We got clear indication. We can go to the 440 that we have access to. So let's see how that goes. It has us going straight, so that's cool. Hello, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we only have one DPU, so that's good to know. Put that back on the main screen. Or if I turn on my light. I'm not turning. I like turn off my cab light. I know they probably wouldn't do that in real life, but I just like turning it off. It feels right for some reason. And we actually just got started, actually. We just got started on our very long journey here we're going from Needles down to Bakersfield. So it's a pretty long journey. No clue if I have to continue the stream down later on or not. Ooh, that speed of music there. The audio does not know how to handle the lag of my computer. I didn't give it some more notches. We had to clear a signal, so. I'm just going here at 9 miles per hour here, like nothing's going on. So let's go ahead and get some speed here. We probably won't hear those good defect detectors until after we reach a certain point, after Barstorm. These ones just say something, and then if there's no defects, it doesn't do anything. It just stays silent. And it's oddly weird to me how it happens. Looks like another train just went over the defect detector. Barstow on the earlier today, it was real busy. I mean, I was going through it and trying to get some trains set up to come this way, and it was busy. Like, you barely can make it through. I'm hoping it's not too busy today, especially if you have to. Too busy right now, because I really would like to get through as soon as possible with very little meets. Well, I'm okay with meets, don't get me wrong. I just don't want any stop meets where I have to stop. If they want to stop, go for it. But hopefully Otto will play nice to me today. If you don't know who Otto is, it's dispatch for my game. I don't actually have a dispatcher, so I use Otto, which is the AI dispatcher. And hopefully it plays nice today, because it's not always known to play nice. It tends to get trains stuck. And if that happens, I have to manually step in to get them unstuck by turning off auto. So we'll see how that goes. If it gets stuck to the point where I have to stop for him, then yeah, I would mess around with it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All we're doing right now is getting up speed so we can get up to the 40 miles per hour that we are allowed to go up to. And we may actually have a meet here soon as well. There should be a train coming up. I don't know when, but I know we're going to have 2 trains actually. There will be 2 trains that we're going to meet with, or at least pass by. I know it's not a train meet since it's 2 mains all the way through the line to Barstow, but we'll have chances for plenty of meets today, probably, for sure. There's probably going to be more spawns, too. Drop that music a bit. There we go. That we're not in complete dead silence. We still hear the game, but we're not in dead silence all day. Oh yeah, this is our conductor right here. His name is Nick. He's gonna be riding with us today. Now, I know you guys see me play Railroader, Dero Valley, and Railroads Online on stream before. But this game's way different. One, we have that alerter, which actually I should probably show you what it sounds like because it's really annoying. And it will stop your train if you don't listen to it. You'll go into emergency without even wanting to go into emergency. It's that annoying. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. It's probably to keep the train safe because obviously trains like this, you're probably sitting here on notch 8 a lot of the time when going up hills and stuff, and it probably wants to make sure you're up and alert and paying attention to what's going around you. Because I can imagine that it might be easy for an engineer to be like, I'm gonna play on my phone for a bit while I have to wait since notch 8 and I have clear signal anyways. So it's probably gonna keep you alert, that way you're alert of what you're doing. Because these things are huge and they do not stop easy. If I'm planning on uploading some clips of one of my trips because I recorded almost the whole journey up to halfway to here, and there was 2 times where I got stopped by a defect detector. These trains do not stop easy, especially this one. This one has a lot of weight to it, which means it's not gonna stop very quick, which is why signals are especially designed to give us an advance warning to a stop, because we may have to stop early or start slowing down early for that stop. Otherwise, we're gonna run into a situation where we're running through that red. And these reds, once they're red, they're absolute reds, which means we have to follow them no matter what. So if we have to put our train in an emergency, we have to put our train in an emergency. I am not sure if derailment the options or not in real life, but I'm sure it has happened before. Trying to get stopped. Most likely because of a signal glitch, but still, they take it seriously on the railroad. If you run an absolute red, that's the end of your job usually, because I'm gonna open up the dispatch panel on this pitch because I'm not going anywhere, and it doesn't look like it's leading me here, so I'm not sure where it's gonna lead me just yet. But anyways, if you run an absolute red, let's see here, this page has nothing. But anyways, let's say he was going this direction towards the tunnel 10. If this guy ran his absolute red, let's say he was here, right? If he ran his absolute red, he would run into him, which would not be good at all. That's how train wrecks happen. I'm heading into notch 8 here. I'm not anywhere close to speed, and it looks like we're about to get a 50 zone, which I'll start my distance counter once I reach that sign. But yeah, that would not be good if we had a head-on collision with 2 trains because a train decided to run a red light. So yeah, so unlike in real life where if the light just turned yellow, you have time to stop, and it's red, you can stop safely. Trains don't have that choice. So trains have what's called distance signals and stuff like that, advanced warning systems. So we have what's called an advanced approach, and then the approach signals, and then we have the stop finally. So that's how the hierarchy works usually. There's different types of ways of indicating those signals. There's also diverging approach, diverging advanced approach, and there's also diverging clear. And green is clear, highball, basically. We get to go at full speed through the track. I believe advanced yellow you have to slow down. I slow down to 45 and continue to slow down slowly to 25. That way by the time I reach the advance, I'm at 25. I like going to the advance at 25. Every railroad probably does that differently on how slow you have to go throughout those signals, but I like doing that just because even if it's not the speed required for that, it's nice to have, because if you have to, you can be prepared for the next signal. So most of the time, doing the way I do it, I get lucky and I get the green anyways. Because that was just pure. It didn't know what it was doing. It's auto. We gotta expect some signals not to be aligned properly. We're on notch 8 by the way, not getting any speed because of this incline. So you'll get used to that in this game as well. It's very realistic when it comes to the physics. You can derail, you can overheat, and the defect detectors can sense defects. And that reminds me, I wanted to turn that up again because I like having the chance. There we go. I like it right there because I like having the chance of a defect detector stopping, but also not at the same time very quickly. I only did it because I went through a patch of I've kept getting stopped, and I needed to get that. I needed to get moving, so I had to lower it. So it looks like we're getting moving here, very slowly but surely. We're actually gonna have a few defect detectors in a row by the looks of it. Now we know that because I have a map. We may be making a stop in Burstow, actually, which is fine. We could take a break there, do what we need to do, get recouped if it does that, so no big deal. You can also split it into parts too from there as well if I need to. Because it's not like I'll have this train easy to access. I'll just probably change up the things a bit. Oh, the tags, by the way, had to read it to you. I don't know what the H stands for, by the way, so don't ask me, I don't know. But the BEL is the location you came from. The FRS is where we're going. Or it's going to be going, because the AI is going to have to take over from Barstow, because I don't have the rest of the areas. The 1, I don't know either. And then the 01 is today's date, which is not 01, it's the day behind, because I wanted to be at a specific time frame. If I didn't want to be at a specific time frame, I want to be at current time, I could be at today, but I would be behind because it'd be based off California time. So I like customizing my time, so I stay a day behind. Usually, it makes it easier. Well, AI blows at crossings too, which is nice. And we would have crossings as well we have to deal with. And we could take a 50, but I can't go in any further notches. We don't have notch 9. We have notch 8 as our max notches, and I think it's for all trains. But either way, it looks like we're starting to gain some speed at 0.6 miles per hour. Or 0.6 miles per minute, I guess. Since it gives us that. Oh boy. This is crazy. We're not getting much speed at all. You'll find that by the time we get to Barstow, we'll probably be 2 hours, 3 hours in. This is probably gonna be one of my. Actually, no, one of my longest streams are 12 hours long. So this probably won't be the longest, but this will be the longest talking stream maybe, because normally I don't talk for more than 2 hours. I may go silent here and there, so if I do, don't blame me. So if this brings me to Barstow, actually, that might be a good thing, because I could just debate if I can continue or not. I don't want to go past my max hours. Is probably gonna be 4, and I may go silent midway and not talk anymore until the end, or this is a question maybe. I don't know. No, my max hours probably gonna still be 3. Whatever it takes to get to Barstow, I guess. We'll have to see what it plans. I have no clue what auto plans to do with me. It always is random. It decides when to pull me over or not. It may actually bring me to Barstow because that's where this train was originally supposed to go. But I don't do locals anymore, because it just takes way too much time to spot the trains and stuff like that and sort them. So I just bring the trains to wherever I can bring them to. So it may bring me to Barstow, because I didn't have the chance to start it, because this game's been running all day. So we'll see. We'll see where it brings us. All we can do right now is just ride the journey for now and watch out for crossings and stuff like that, which is another reason for that alert, because crossings can sometimes be common on the railroad. There's a lot of points where crossings cross. That's not only down to this game. I wish there was some more crossings between some points to certain points, because some points it feels like there's not enough to be realistic. But then again, I don't know how they did this game and how Run8 this game is. It feels like it's 101, especially when you look at Google Maps, but it's hard to tell if it's actually true 101. I like to believe it's 101 because the time's 101, the distance it feels like it's 101. Nick also stopped that countdown, distance countdown, because be ready past that 50 marker a long time ago. I never turned off the distance. That distance thing is what counts the feet for us. That way we can see how long we have until we hit the back of the train passes. Since the start, basically, how far we traveled. And that's how we can tell how our back reaches that speed sign. On this train. I wish that was in Railroader. I really do. That would be so helpful. Then I wouldn't have to use the AI to drive everywhere. This one I can't, because I will never be able to regain control, and auto will bring it wherever it wants to go. And I can't be in the train when it's doing it. I can follow it though, but that'd be a lot of control W's in flight mode, because AI is pretty good at driving these trains. They are in Railroader too. Well, except Railroader has trouble with braking. This game, the AI is perfect at that. It can slow down, stop, and go. The only thing it has issues with is sometimes during the meets, it sometimes goes a little slow when you have to stop for them, and they can clearly go through. Their signal is completely gray. That's the only time I ever seen issues with the AI here. Sometimes, oh, and auto sometimes messes up and gives them a gridlock. The worst part is when it makes you when it makes a train follow you into a signal and you're stopped. That's another reason I stopped doing locals, because auto will try to leave a train behind me, and I'm stopping for industry. I'm not sure how their policy is in real life for that. I'm sure the dispatcher knows, when I don't think auto knows that I'm doing industry. But one time I stopped at a red signal and it put the train right behind me, and I was stopped there for at least a good 30 minutes. That train could have been long gone by the time I was ready to move. But nope, it parked it right behind me at the signal behind me. That poor train had to wait for me because it had no outing, no way to get around. Because the way auto route plans. Auto does that sometimes. It doesn't always know what to do. So it just makes exceptions. Looks like we're about to hit our first defect detector. We'll have to see if you have any defects. I have to find just slightly.
DNFF detector milepost 588.4 main 1 temperature 65 degrees.
Right, it's already declaring. Does that alert us done? It already declared I have no defects. I don't exactly know how it knows, but it knows. And these are ones that stay silent. It's after Barstools when they start actually talking to you about defects and stuff, no defects. Which I like better, to be honest. I like hearing that no defects. No, repeat, no defects. I love hearing that because that just sounds better, in my opinion. It really does. And hearing dead silence, you don't know what's going on with their train. You just gotta assume that everything's good. If I didn't have the chat, I'd be like, oh no, is my train good? Is my train good? You would never know unless you have a defect. I mean, you know if you have a defect, but it's like that suspense of not knowing if you actually finished crossing it through your end of your train, which is what's supposed to happen. It's not supposed to go straight to no defects, but it did. So, but I guess the game already knows when the failure is gonna happen. I just wonder if you were to derail right there after it said no defects, if it will come back and say defect detected. That's what I want to know, because it doesn't seem realistic for it to say no defects, because I feel like you might have an issue between the read. You never know what that train's gonna have, but oh well, it's a game. I'm not gonna pick on it too much. But yeah, I definitely like the ones that say no defect. No defects. Which those ones actually wait till the last of the train goes, because it actually counts your axles. Which is nice. I love hearing that axle count, which can verify that you still have the total amount of axles that you started with. Because I guess in real life what they would do is they'll look at the paperwork and be like, okay, my paperwork says 374. If it says 373, it's like, wait, I'm missing an axle. And then it says, so yeah, that could be important. Now I know if a train was to, if the thing was to stop going, in theory the train will stop on an emergency because the PCS will open. However, I do want to note this with a very high however. I'm sure there's a chance of a train disassembling and somehow the ink gets blocked by a rock or something. So, I don't know. All the types of defects that can happen. But the axle count could be important. By the way, I don't think that will ever happen, so most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm gonna say 99.9% of the time, it's gonna emergency stop your train if you lose your train. But don't count me on that. I'm not a railroader, so I would not know. I'm just babbling here. I'm just saying there's that 0.10% chance that a rock could slip at the right moment as that train disassembles to block the air. But then again, the air's strong too, so I don't know. That is me being silly. I know that's the train I'm going in a minute. I've opened up these. I had to put so many trains before in this game, and in Railroader, and in other games, to know that it will put you into an emergency. Actually, the other games don't call it emergency, you valley them. It just dumps the air. There's no true emergency in that game. This one though, it will truly put you into an emergency. You even have, if I was turning the cab light, if I can find it. It's somewhere around here. There's a red thing. And it's labeled EOT emergency. We'll probably see it when it gets daylight here in a few hours. Stay alert. Reset button. I'm trying to find it. Start. I don't know where it's at in this stream. We'll have to wait and see when it gets daylight. But yeah, it will put your train in an emergency just like the alert would. Looks like it just. So yeah, it's lots of fun. And this game's fun too with the defect detectors because it adds some sense of realism to the game that other games don't have. I wish Railroader had defect detectors. That'd be so nice to put it here. Oh, defect detector. Your railroad name and then symbol like SFTL. Defect detector, milepost, blah blah blah. Defect detected. Defect detected. Hotbox axle number, blah blah blah. Or SFTL. Defect detector milepost, blah blah blah. No defects. No defects. It'd be nice to hear that audio tone inside Railroader. That's why this game actually became one of my favorite train games once I learned how to use it. There's no, for any beginners I heard playing a game in this game, there's no tutorial on how to use this game. You have user guides, at least not inside the game. Unlike Railroader and them that have small little things to help you learn the game, this one doesn't. You have to learn on your own. You can use YouTube videos. There's some YouTube videos out there that will teach you some of the basics. But I found this, I found it kind of helpful, but not at the same time. I kind of had to just take a ring at it, take a fly around a bit. I learned the controls a little bit and stuff like that. I changed my control for the alerter though, because it used to be the right alt key. I've changed it to the left alt key because sometimes I have my hand here on that side, so I prefer the alerter to be on that side. I'm not going to show you today what the alert does. I may do a video of what the alert actually does when you ignore it, because it's quite fun and there's no videos out there yet of that. And it's a ton of fun to watch. Your train goes straight into emergency and it's cool to see how long it takes for your train to stop from emergency. Especially going downhill. I did it once going downhill just for the fun of it, and oh my, it took forever. Because that hill wants to pull the train while the train's going in full emergency, pulling the air complete to 0 on that flow. Because it's supposed to sit at 90, but it go, if you see this flow in this rear, it's supposed to be at 90. It takes forever for it to go to 0, but once it reaches 0, it takes forever for it to stop still. And our main reservoir is at like 135 right now. And that brake pipe is at 90. So when these go from 90, these will drop down to 0 in an emergency. At least should in theory. I haven't really watched it, but in theory, emergency is just jumping the air completely. So in theory, it should go to 0. But like I said, I'm not planning on going to emergency unless we have a defect detector go off, and then that's when I'll pull the cord of red and black at the same time to bring me to emergency. I won't pull the red, even though I don't know where it's at in this train. I know there's an emergency switch in here, which causes the PCS to trip. There's something that causes the PCS to trip. I know that much. Because it opens up the valve on the ELT, end of train device. Oh. End of train device. Which is what that causes that move symbol to pair. I believe this has, the end of train device has an ID of 18668. That's cool. I don't know how to turn off the EOT marker. I'm sure there's a thing for it. Let's see. EOT view. Kind of calls the cage lights. That's interesting. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, that's because this. Oh, that's right. We don't have an EOT on the back. We have what's an engine on the back. We're about to run over another defect detector. right here. But it's just for this track. But yeah, that's why the marker's off, and there's no way to turn it on because we don't have one. Not physical, at least.
DNFF detector milepost 593.1. Main 1. Temperature 62 degrees.
Okay, we have another no defect. Well, we just passed that. I doubt it knew if we had any defects or not, but I would still fix that. At least I'm okay with the silence, but it's not say. But then again, those are console logs, so it's probably saying that there will be no defects for a stream. So it's gonna stay silent. That way, you're not just sitting there hoping for a defect. Because there's points where I'm gonna turn down the music again. But there's points where you'll be sitting there like, but yeah, a lot of people hope for defects. I don't know why. You'd be about finding people will be like, oh, probably because they like seeing the train stop. But train engineers usually don't like that because it makes their day a lot harder because they have to put the train into emergency to stop the train, and then they have to check it out, fix it if they can, and then get the train moving again. If they can't fix it, then they have to call someone, or they have to call someone either way. I think they have it. Yeah, they do. They usually radio in saying, "Hey, they have a defect." I just cancel my route, and then I just continue off once it's fixed. That's my simple workaround to it. I'm gonna do something silly. Do not know. I won't do anything silly and walk away from my chair. Even for a quick second, that could go wrong in this game. That's another thing too. You will want to request for a siding if you have, or at least stop your train if you plan on walking away from your chair. Because I always think it's that alerter will stop you anyways. So, I mean, I doubt anything bad will happen in between, but the alerter will happen. Long journey ahead of us, and we're barely moving. Is that TV? Oh yeah, it's being doing stuff. Okay. I'm trying to wonder if you have enough power for that 2% grade that we have to go over. I hope so. Luckily, it's not as steep though. Coming from Vegas all my. I was stuck there for a good hour or so, going at like. Hey, another train. Yeah, I was stuck there going at 18 miles per hour and barely moving at notch 8. At least here we got at least 23, which is was the speed limit of that track. They really should have raised that, to be honest, because now we can get some more speed going up it. This is the beginning part. I don't know why you turn off your lights. I don't turn off mine. I want to see, not be blind. There's the Run8 boxcars, by the way. It could be really game-changing. You want to be in the immersion, but you can't because you have to get the packs and stuff. Here's our first train meet.
TNSF detector milepost 594.3. Main 2 temperature 62 degrees.
Okay, it just passed the defector that we passed not that long ago. It currently has no defects according to it, but let's see. Will be the eyes. Yeah, that's how I know, by the way, it goes early, because I know that it has 2 engines on the back. Nice. Alright, it's clear. It's bye-bye. It's gone. It's on its way to wherever it's going. That's what I like about this game too, is the AI is having the AI is nice, like top notch. Cause you can literally have an AI train pass you. Or you could pass by an AI train, whatever you want to do, run around one, whatever how the route goes. Yeah, you gotta notice about this game too, is there's a lot of clicking that alert reset button. I wouldn't be surprised if the alert reset button in road trains in real life, where it looked worn and torn and stuff like that, like really bad. But and if that button ever goes bad quick, because by the looks of it, it may, because the way it takes forever to get to similar places, and you have to stay on notch 8 forever to gain speed. And even that 30 won't be a bother to us, because we're not going to have to go that far. We're not making much distance here. Anyways, we're at 24 miles per hour right now, so I'm not panicking about that 30. But yeah, that alert reset probably gets pressed a lot in railroading, just to reset that alerter, so it doesn't stop your train. I'm also curious too, if there's any videos on it, if there is real life trains that actually got stopped by an alerter. I can't imagine it happening often, because a lot of these engineers are trained to handle these long distances. I mean, it's their job, and they probably get breaks in between. They probably do trade-offs and stuff like this, so they're not driving the same route for hours on end. But yeah, I wonder how that works in real life too. But yeah, this is fun. I mean, to most people it may seem boring, and it can be, especially if you're tired. Don't do it when you're tired. You will, even if you do enjoy the game, if you're tired, you're gonna start dozing off, and you get stopped by that alerter because you won't notice it. And so, you won't get stopped by the alert, but it will blast in your eardrum, like, and I'll actually let it blast for a minute. Well, I won't let it go to emergency, but I'll let it blast. It's a really annoying tone, and when it gets that tone, that's how you know you need to get on and move, or you need to stop or request a starting. Because if you're hearing that annoying tone, it usually means you're tired. But like I said, I'm gonna let it play through for you guys. But yeah, that's how you would know it's time to stop. I need to adjust it up. But yeah, that's how you know it's time to stop, because it shouldn't go off ever, really. I mean, as you can tell, I've been able to keep up with it and keep it at even silence without even a beep from it, just by looking at the screen every so often. Now, there will be moments where you may get a little sidetracked and it goes off, but you notice it before it goes to sounds. I only have a few moments to show you, because if I let it go on for too long, it will get even louder. And that third tone, there's 3 different tones. There's the entry tone, which you already heard once. There's the second tone, which is what I'm going to show you next. The third tone I can't even show you, because perfect timing. Because it will cause my train to go into emergency stop, and I won't be able to get started. There's that. That third turn right there that you just heard. If you let that go for too long, it will stop your train. That's as far as I could go, is that third tone. I'm not sure if there's a fourth tone or not. I never really paid attention. I just know I heard 3 tones before it went to emergency stop. But yeah, it will stop your train in its tracks if you let it. So don't let it. It's still nighttime here. We should be hitting daylight soon because it's almost 6 in the morning in game time. So, which by the way, I'm not sure if you noticed, it's been like real life time. So, but it's still in game time because it doesn't match with IRL time. Even though I could. But yeah, it's almost 6 in the morning in game time, so we should be starting seeing the sunrise, which would be fun. Don't get to see the changes of day cycle very often in this game unless you modify the game time. But usually I don't, because I get to see sunset, but I don't get to see sunrise often. So I don't usually go through this long.
DNFF detector milepost 597.0 main 1 temperature 60 degrees.
I don't get those detectors. I wish you could change them so they behave exactly how you want them to behave, because like you can do the bells. Like here I can go in this menu, I could change the whistles and bells, which is how I get that whistle and bell. But yeah, I like to see that for detectors too, because I like to be able to set the detector to play a certain way. Like the CSX detectors, I like the CSX ones. I also like the ones near Barstow and UP detectors are nice too, because they actually say no defect and stuff. I like the ones that say no defect. It's simple as that. I like that audio tone that there's no defects. I'm sure there's other engineers that have this kind of system out there too, that wish it said no defects as well, but because I'm sure there's real life ones where they stay silent unless there's a defect, other than the initial entry letting you know it's working. There's another train. It looks like that other train that passed us earlier just went through the last final defect detector it has to go through before it despawns out of the rope, because it's gonna probably go past Needles. Which is why I said wherever it's going, because I wouldn't know. Not very many trains go through here for here. This is the bar one, but it wouldn't be coming this way if it was. Kind of watching Auto do its thing on another screen. It's being stupid right now. It always has been weird about stuff. It's trying to bring another train that has a higher priority around another train that's slower. It has a lower priority, but they're both moving around the same speed. So it's gonna be a hard one. For Auto to pull off, but we'll see. We'll see how it does. A little early on that crossing sequence, but that's okay. We don't have the rig raggies either. I do know the CSX ones do. I did see when I was driving a CSX train, I did see the rig rags, but only the CSX ones for some reason. The UPs and the BNSF ones don't do that. I'm not sure if that's a railroad thing. Like CSX road. I'm not sure if NS does it either. I haven't tried an NS train yet. Because I'm not sure if you saw my rail fanning video on my channel or not. But yeah, that train had a rig rag to it too. It's where the two lights in the front go back and forth. I'm not sure the exact name for it. If there's someone who knows, they can let me know. But Yeah, when it goes back and forth, the light goes back and forth. It's really nice, actually. I like that feature. It lets you know that the train is coming. It's moving. It's gonna hit you if you don't move. I'm not sure why BNSF and UP don't do it. I'm not sure if NS does it, but I believe it does. These based on IRL trains. I know this model can with hand and do that, but like I said, I'm not sure if that's like a railroad thing to put in or not. Alright, it's gonna start turning to daylight here. It's very, very soon. I'm not sure where the sun rises from, but we have mountains all the way around us. Lots of mountains. This majority of this map actually, that's default, has lots of mountains. I hope auto does not stop us today now, because if it tries to stop us, good luck, because I'm not gonna be happy. I'll be toning him instantly. But there has been times where it tried to stop me on hills, and it's annoying. What is your plan, Auto? With those two trains. I'm gonna show you real quick. So these two trains right here. I'm not sure what its plan is, but I hope it figures it out soon, because I don't want to stop, and I have a feeling it's leading me to that point where it's gonna stop. But I don't mind looking at dispatch. I really don't. I like looking at it. I have to have a look at it because auto does mess up and will put a train into a gridlock. Like, we put it where no train can move. So I have to keep an eye on that to make sure that we can still move freely without. And there's sometimes where I have to delete a train to make it happen. Sometimes I can just simply say, hey, you go here, end of story, send it with the restricting signal. And then auto from there will take over once the restriction's over. Or I have to turn off this auto and set it manually. So I'm hoping I don't have to do, because I don't feel like doing that. See, I use, on a secondary monitor, I have a dispatch tool that can show the dispatch screen for me so I can see what's going on with auto. And hopefully it figures that those two trains out very quickly, and we won't have to stop for either one of them to pass. I'm sure it will make us wait for one of them, but it's still not fun waiting for a train, especially when you're not really getting much speed. Like, I'm trying, but we're not gaining much at all. We're only still around mile marker a few hundred. We're still at mile marker 603 out of the 727 miles marker point that we have to get to get past this point of the screen of dispatching. I wouldn't be surprised if it broke again. There's some business going on down in the terminal. That's interesting. Let's see what auto has been planned for all of our routes here, because it's two trains going two different directions. One's definitely not going to make any way to go onto this track to make us have a diverging. So the other one will have to diverge at some point. Unless it plans having that second one diverge at the second crossing in Fenor, maybe. I think that other train's going faster than it realized it will be going. One of the switches where it seems done, because it's one of I drove that the one that I'm talking about, the B8 Baker to NEE. That was when I was driving earlier for recording, and it's still making its way over here. I set it to AI so I could do a stream. Yeah, so we'll see. It's a long one, but it can move quick if you don't pay attention. Right now they're having to both stop at the same point, so we'll see. Because it just moved its signal to over here. Which is very interesting, actually. Very interesting choices, Otto. I don't know if you know what you're doing or what. Okay, now we just sit here and wait again. As we go 24 miles per hour down this line forever. While we wait to see, I'm just waiting to see what happens with that route. It's fun to see how Auto does his job. Yeah, another reason why I like looking at it too is it does help you understand where it's going on. I know in real life they probably won't have access to this panel or to view it. But I would like to imagine that maybe the dispatcher will contact them like, hey, you're about to have a slow approach in Fenor, or a meetup in Fenor. So I like to give myself that heads up that I'm going to have a meet. But we should definitely have a meet somewhere in Fenor, for sure. Or East, no, not Eastern. They're having a meetup there, so we'll have a meetup in Fenor with one of the engines. We'll probably have to stop too for it, because I don't think it's going to be smart enough to route these trains properly. Running it, I don't know the full plan if it's having me diverge and having the one diverge later in Fenor, but we'll see. Because it could diverge me around Rest Gulfs. It has a diverge there, or it can diverge me in, no, it can't diverge me in Fenor because it has to diverge the other one in Fenor then. We'll see. It may even have the one stay there at Eastern and have me diverge in Fenor and have that one train continue going like nothing ever happened. I'm not sure. We'll see. Auto does weird things when it comes to meets. Like it knows it has to get, it knows it has to have the trains meet at some point, but that's the one time where I've been okay with the train following another train because there's just no way around it. Especially when you have a train coming towards the other direction. Don't want to take up both mains with two trains that are going in the same direction. When you have a train going the opposite direction. Now, if you didn't have a train going the opposite direction anytime soon, that'd be different. But I don't know. It might be able to diverge it without having us stop. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens. So far, it's not doing much with them. Yeah, it's not doing much with them at all. That one train's about to be deleted because it's about to hit the end line. I like seeing this daylight come up. It's like getting bright like it would in real life. I don't like driving all night. I like setting it to like half day and then it will slowly go to nighttime throughout the day because it's just the best feeling to start out in the day, end at night, or start at night and end out in day. That's like the best feeling ever. But this is my first time doing starting at night, moving to day part because I usually like starting at the day so I can see better. Hey, we do have a flashlight by the way, if we need it for nighttime driving, but we won't need it because we will have daytime, daylight, which is nice. Let's see what the plan is with those trains. Because right now, at the moment, it just has me stopping, which I'm not getting any speed, so I'm not going to make it to any of those points at any time soon. Stop and wait for it to figure out. So I'll let it figure out now. It has a chance to figure it out before I reach that point. If I happen to stop for them. But right now, it hasn't expanded my route at all. Either. Trying to figure it out, I think. If it has to move some switches, I know that. Because there's no way. It has to get 3 trains past each other, and 2 of them are blocking my path. Right now, we're on a head-to-head collision between 2 different trains. Well, only one of them, technically, since only one of them's on our track, but... Don't worry, though, there won't be a head-on collision, because of signals. That's what the CDC signals are for, to prevent head-on collisions. They're supposed to prevent the dispatcher from doing stupid too. So we'll see. I don't think, because there's so many switches in between me and the other trains too, it's possible it will let it do its thing until it gets to a certain point. But I don't think it will let it go into me. Yeah, no, CDC doesn't do that. CDC will not. They're interlocks, which means that you can't call an action if another action has already been called. So if there's a green facing this towards me, I can't get the green. If my is on green, they can't get the green, etc. Which means the switches will never get moved. Or they can move them, but the trains will never move, which is what's called a gridlock in this game, which is quite common than you think, because Auto likes the gridlock trains for some reason. I never understood it, the logic behind it. I never understood the logic behind Auto, and I don't want to know, to be honest. Oh, defector. Defect detector. Again, it's going to be one of the silent ones. We don't get those until after Barstow.
DNFF detector milepost 603.5. Main 1. Temperature 57 degrees.
We're moving slowly but surely through this rail network. It does move. It just moves very, very slow. We'll probably move eventually too. We had no defects, by the way. I think, at least I hope so. If you have a defect, I'm not gonna be happy. That's something I think Auto can see as well ahead of time. I'm not sure on that though. I'm not sure what the AI do. I think they always get no defect. I think it's just natural for the game to give them no defect because I don't see a train gain defect. I'm not sure what will happen if I have to service it or if it will self-siding itself or whatever. I'm not sure how it behaves. I just like the fact that there's AI driving so that way you can actually see a train pass you. It makes it more immersion, so you actually have things you can see change. You never know when a train's coming. If you play realistically, you would never know. If you never look at the dispatch screen, except to do your routing. Which is what I sometimes do. I actually sometimes play realistically and don't look at the routing. But every so often I like to do so. Especially when it's glitchy. Especially when it seems like I'm stopping for no apparent reason. But in real life, you wouldn't know. You would just be stopped there. You can ask and tune again, but they'll probably get mad at you. And Auto gets mad at you. Like, literally mad at you. He'll scream at you like, hey, I heard you the first time. Kind of tone. And I heard in real life that's actually a good way to ensure your route will go horrible. Like, you have to stop at every signal, almost. Every meet point. You'll be the one stopping. If they can achieve that. Or they'll just make you stop for no apparent reason. Just because you made them mad. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. Alright. I can actually believe it too. I don't think dispatchers would take it kindly to being yelled at constantly for a signal. That they most likely won't get. At all. There you go. I'm trying to adjust my microphone settings here because it's a little quiet. There we go. Now it should be moving better for you guys so you can see my mouth move. It's starting to hit daylight here. It's still not daylight enough for me to turn off my lights yet. We still see stars. But that's nice. You can start seeing things now. What's its plan? It just brought the other train to Fenor. I'm hoping it has a plan with that because the other train's going to be in my way. As you can see, it has a restricting there because advanced restricting. What? It just blocked my path. I might have to diverge. It's leaving me no choice but a diversion. Actually, no. There's that There's that 3-track there. I think it's gonna use that. It's heading on a siding. Because it's what's going. I don't know, but I think it's using that. Get these trains around me, which means we'll stop. If that's the case, we're 100% stopping. No. Yeah, we're 100% stopping for them. Auto. Hopefully it doesn't lead us to a situation where it doesn't know how to open up a stupid switch and then get a train around them. Leave each other. It's gonna have to diverge us though, because it already has that route set. And I'll show you. As us going, it has it going here, and I might have to go down this way. Then that one's gonna have to go there since that one clears. So, which means we're gonna be either stopping here, or we're gonna be stopping here while it goes around. It is not planning our route correctly, and I have a feeling it's being us to Barstow too, which is fine. Like I said, it'd be a good stop point for the stream, or I can convert to a silent stream, whatever I want to do. Depending on the timing. Probably just save the world and continue off later. Another stream. Probably do another stream sometime this week to finish up this trip. I'm probably gonna have to request a signing if it doesn't need Barstow, because I know I'm not gonna be able to make it the whole entire stream for this trip. I don't like my streams being too long. Especially after that one time where I couldn't do the full on demand properly because I had to edit it because it decided that it was too long for YouTube. YouTube only likes 12 hours and that stream was like 14 plus hours. But thinking it was only a silent stream, I never talked in it, so. I sometimes don't pay attention to time the same way when I'm not talking. But when I'm talking, it's real easy. Let's see what Auto has in plan in store. For right now, though, we have green lights, so that's all that matters to me. We can still move at speed. And it most likely will stay like that for a while. I'm not moving very far, which is probably why it's doing what it's doing. You can easily have us diverge after those 2 trains are gone and off the second track. But I don't know why it's putting us on the second track when it can not have put the other train on the first track in the first place. But okay, I'm not going to question it. Because originally those 2 trains that I was showing you earlier were behind, front and back, they were following each other. So they were on the same track, but now they're not, so. Up the armor. Another train just spawned, nice. Union Pacific, I think is what it's called, isn't it? I can't remember. We're up in a SF train. But we will be going to UP, some of UP's territory, though. Yeah. Oh! Yep, that's what it's doing. It just switched the switch. It's gonna have us wait Inferno. It made the call. I'm just waiting for the green to see that. I'll get a green signal there as well. And calls, whatever it's called. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, it's gonna have us wait Inferno. It's either gonna bring us back on this track. If it does, that's stupid. Because then it could have brought the other train on the other track then. So we're gonna be on that track here in a few. Yo, I don't think if it brings us back on this track, this one could have gotten here and down. And we just waited here if it was gonna do that, but we'll see what its plan is. Because the other train's gonna have to wait for the other one too. It actually would have kind of smarter to wait in Gulf because the other train can pass too. They can just keep it going. And then have us diverge and we can stay on track 2 then, I guess. Wait, is that track 2? I don't know. It doesn't say the track numbers. Oh, yes it does. Yeah, this is track 1. This is main 1. We're on main 1. They're on main 2 and 1. The one on main 2 is going to stop for us or diverge onto main 1. It'd be smart to put them on main 1 now that they're going to have us go on main 2. But we don't know. It may mean it's back to main 1 after main 2. But like I said, Auto's planning is. I don't want to say not realistic, but it sometimes feels like that. As we're seeing green now, that would have been an advanced approach, I would assume, because we're reaching that point where we're going to start seeing that. If that switch wasn't switched just now, but we got another part of our plan, so. But thinking about looking at the dispatch panel, it's not like cheating, but more knowing what our plan is. Like on paperwork, they'll have a timesheet. Like at X and X point, you'll diverge onto main 2 to let another, like a passenger train, pass you, for example. Because that's what timesheets are. They're generally guidelines of what's going to happen on the railroad. At least for your sector, what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, whatever affects you, you will probably be on that timesheet. Because railroad, they like staying on schedule. Like seriously, they stick to that schedule pretty strictly. Which is why I think real life dispatchers are so tuned. They know exactly how to do the meets. The meets are always so perfect too. You don't usually have to stop at the meet point. Usually, unless there's not many points to meet up, and one train's gonna be faster than the other. But most of the time, you know if you're gonna be raiding there or not, and the dispatcher knows too. Which is by the way they're so good at doing their job because they are able to. Now, defect detectors and stuff do throw off the timesheet. I'm sure the timetables, But I'm sure they have policies and stuff that allow them to fix that easily and quickly and send them a new timesheet. Because now with digital stuff, they probably have it's all on tablets now, so they can easily send a new timesheet real quick. So I can't imagine it being too hard. Like, I'm pretending my laptop's the timesheet. There we go. The red that's in green is my current route. It's planned. That's probably what they do now, even. I'm not sure. And actually, I'm not sure what they did in the past. Because in the past, it used to be timetables. I'm not even sure if they still do timetables, but I know in the past they did timetables. Timetables were a big thing to do back in the day. Especially before electronic stuff happened. And before C2C, that was even bigger because you as the engineer was responsible for knowing what switch to stop at, what mile marker to stop at, what area to stop at, and all that mess. So those timetables would tell, hey, you stop at mile marker XYZ, wait for a train to pass you. After that train's passed, you're good to go. Wait for 2 trains, whatever, how many trains you have to wait for. Now, like I said, I don't know that much about railroading other than the few bits I've seen on like BNSF's website, the Depot's website, a few other websites that I've been looking at, excluding CSX's, and maybe a few friends talking back and forth. But yeah, yeah, so we do that. I do like about this game too is the signals are cool. Like they actually about the relay signals. The green's on top, red's on bottom. Now you would think that'd be wrong because traffic signals, if you look on the road, red's on top, green's on bottom. But not railroad signals. They're not like that. It makes them individual. And also look totally different too. So it's even a double good. Alright, we're moving our way up. Also, I might do a CSX video stream at some point too. I need to actually go in that game and see how it goes and how it's set up. I'm not sure if it's pre-set up or not. But yeah, I like to see like that map portion because I have access to it. It just be nice to see how it goes in rolls. CSX is one of the lines I'm used to seeing because that's a line I see a lot down here. And this is also another one I see around here. But I'm not sure if North Fork Southern is in the game or not. Let's see. Well, I'm not sure about the maps, but I can see if it has a train. UPs. Yes, it does. NS. Oh, there. I'm over here on my browser trying to figure out what routes Run8 has. Let's see here. Does it have it? Yes, it does have North Fork Southern routes. So you could technically run on Norfolk Southern. I have the Baldwin, C6 Baldwin, when it was $20. That's the one I have for CSX. My next purchase, I'm debating getting either a pack or a thing, but right now I'm aiming towards Bakersfield sub because I want to continue the map here in the default map setup because that's cool. I actually like it. I game so much about that. But yeah. There's lots to do inside of Run 8. That one train's also gonna have to stop at a red signal. Couldn't find the alert button for some reason. It was on the wrong side of the keyboard. Okay, now it's daylight. I can D-notch down the headlight down to dim. But still on. Obviously, it's a requirement that on. We don't have an emergency button. We do have an engine stop and engine start though. But yeah, we don't have an emergency ETT button in this. Really? These controls. I really thought we did, but I guess not. Because that wasn't a thought in this engine. Okay then. I actually like the end of train device emergency button. It's kind of cool. Can advance diverge or diverge clear. I'm not sure what the yellow on top, green on bottom means. Stupid alert. Another train spawned to Needles. Nice. Man, that was a train I wanted. Probably wanted too, but it probably didn't have the cool freight like I have. This is why I do the ones that are normally for Barstow because they're better. They have better freight to them. At least until I can get all the packs done and over with. An advanced approach. See, that's what I don't understand. It could have put me into this siding. That looks pretty long enough to me to hold my train. Just saying. It could have put me there. Yeah, that looks plenty long. Does it not know how to use that siding? Can it even use sidings? Yeah, it can. It can sideline. Oh, but we're finally starting to move. I'm gonna go to idle for a second. So we're about to diverge, so I don't want to go too fast. Because that's probably where my diverge point is. Jeez, that cockling in the back behind is always fun. There it goes again, the crackling. Sound of train cars moving. That siding was plenty long enough for me. We're not even towards the end. It could have sidelined me. And then the other two trains can just pass me easily. But I'm assuming it doesn't know how to do that. It can also stop me right here and be fine. This dynamic doesn't really work. I have to start using air. Dynamic's not doing anything for me. Yeah, I could totally fit in that siding. And it has C2C control over it too, so. Oh well. It's auto. I just hope it knows what it's doing. It didn't make brake, by the way. I've been having a lot of issues with it lately. Not wanting to work properly. Okay, we're officially on main 2. So if you pass any defect detectors, which we will, we'll hear main 2. There's our back of our train. Our train's still on main 1. Yeah. So what happens when you diverge a long train to a siding. Well, not even a siding, it's just main 2. It's a really long track. So, I like to see when there's 2 mains, main 1 and main 2. I like to pretend it's like one big giant siding. Because that's all it really is, one big giant siding. I just wonder what Auto's plan is with this, because at the moment it's not looking great. Okay, we're officially on main 2 all the way. Yeah, we're officially on. Let's see what its plan is. I should see that light change. Yeah, switch that switch and turn that light to green. I'm busy over here looking. I just want to see it go green. So no, it will, and I have a few lights ahead of me. Just as long as I can see this light, it's taking forever to do its thing. I wonder if it's gonna have it stop there forever. It sometimes does that. Come on. Okay, I can already see that signal. I'm gonna keep control of my speed here. So, you know, we're allowed to finally go back to 55, but I know there's gonna be a stop up ahead. Yeah, it still has yet given that train a green yet. Which is obviously shocking since I cleared it a while ago. We can't see it from here anymore though, Cause all the bends and twists. Alerter. Oh, we're over speed again. This dynamic brake does nothing in this game for some reason. At least for me. I'm not sure if it's a setting I have on. Let me see. There's the defect detector, so we should hear main 2. I really need to get slowed down. I'm on B8.
DNFF detector milepost 617.7. Main 2 temperature 53 degrees.
Okay, no defects. I might have to air brake this train slower speeds. The other one has to wait too, so we have 2 trains waiting for 1 train. That seems right. Now that I can release now, the dynamic finally kicked in. The dynamic just takes a little long. I think in real life they probably know when it's appropriate to apply it, start applying it. They probably apply it at certain speeds and grades. So I'm sure that's other information they know about, like grade information. I can imagine not knowing that. At least on a train. That's actually very important information on a train. You need to know where those grades are so you know where you may have issues with speed. Just gonna continue letting this dynamic brake slow me down because we're about to hit a point where I need to slow down anyways. I still don't know what Otto's trying to attempt here, but it has yet cleared that signal for him. Actually, I wonder if that switch got stuck again. Okay, let's unstick it. I unsticked it for Otto. That way, it's clear to go and just sends him. So that train needs to get moving. Because otherwise we're gonna be sitting here for a while. Okay, I'd say it's safe for me to drop this for a bit. Yeah, I got at least 2 miles before I see another signal. Okay, there it goes. If I decided to move it forward, so that way another train can be messed up by it. Yeah, that's gonna route the other train on main 2. Not want to stay on main 2 for a while. I'm actually not sure if you saw it when I was looking at the dispatch panel. Yeah, we're already almost into hour 2 of the stream, and we're not even in Barstow yet. Barstow's around 700s, 800 maybe. Actually, 800s. It was in the 800s, and we're only at mile marker 617 or so miles. So take that lightly. This is a long journey just to get to Barstow. I think it's actually what it's trying to do. It's probably gonna have the other one go on to main 1. Probably wants us on main 2 for Barstool. So it doesn't have to jump us 3 tracks. Oh, I didn't mean to go that direction. I meant to go this. Come on, do your thing. Slow me down. Like I said, it takes forever for that dynamic, but it will kick in. I think it's the other cars, they're constantly kicking on us. So it takes a minute. Which is why applying the air brake helps. But it's really gonna need to start slowing down soon because we're about to hit a point here where we're gonna see a yellow signal, and we're really gonna have to get slowed down because we won't have far until we have to stop. There's that yellow signal, the absolute yellow approach, which actually it may turn to a green, which is why I like going slower usually, because that one train's finally reaching the point where it's gonna actually turn that signal red. Right about now. Yep, there it goes. You saw it change live. You may see ours change live. So we're slowing down, so. Because there's that signal. How about the dynamic, Brett? Maybe we're gonna get to this approach. Yeah, it's not gonna change on the approach. There's the other train that it stupidly put onto main 1 for some reason. And we'll probably never know either. Now I just gotta wait and see what its plan is. I'm really hoping the other one gets main 2, main 1, because it's been waiting now for me, so it needs it. It'd be smart to put everyone on main 2 now, because it has another train that has to put on this route. But anyway, tell me I only have to wait for at least one train, so we'll have to see. But the other one made the call first, so they should get priority, but I don't know how the priority system works. Yep, the other one's getting priority. It's doing a train follow. Which means we're 100% stopping, and I don't want to go that slow. But it may seem faster than us. It probably is. But it's probably only going to 55 it can go. It is super, super fast because we're going slow. As snell. Meets are not fun when you have to be the one stopping for the meet. And this is gonna be a really long meet too, because the other train's long. That little squeal from the EOT at the end. That our EOT doesn't make because our EOT is part of a train engine. That's the really long engine. It's like 91, 97 feet long, or 97 units long. 300 axles. Or no, sorry, yeah. Same as ours, I think. You know, we're slightly more axles though. We'll see. It'll eventually move. Right now it's on main 2 as well. To be fair, it probably would have been smarter to have us diverge back onto main 1. Now that I think of it, but oh well. It chose. It's doing what it wants to do with us. It's just showing that we can always have a train following us, which is really odd and hard to do. I doubt they would ever do that in real life, really, but no, they would, but they will make sure that the other train still has a way out. They wouldn't just directly put it behind you, like Auto tends to do. I would think they'll put it to a switch that you can get out of, in case the event that the other train has an emergency issue. Okay, I really need to start slowing down now, because we're about to approach at the signal. We cannot run this signal either. If we run it, the one switch is not lined right. 2, so we'll hit that issue, and 2, we'll hit the other train. That's exactly what I was talking about. Absolute red. If you don't stop, you can actually hit another train, like literally. And this one you can actually see it happening. Confused. If it wasn't for the signals, trains will actually collide. Stopping on the main line though is usually rare in real life too. I never really ever seen a train stop on the main line except to do some switching jobs. That's part of a main line. It's the only time I ever see a train stop. I'm just right here the brake squeal because stopping on a main line is not easy. This is what I was talking about too, how long it's taking for me to stop for the signal. That's why it's important to know ahead of time, that way I can get to speed early. Alright. That train's slowly moving this way up. It has to make itself up a grade too, so it's gonna take a minute. That's if it even can. So we're gonna be sitting here for a moment. This is one of those long moments where you're gonna be sitting for a moment. Hello, how you doing? We're just waiting for this train right here now to get around us because Otto decided to be fun and do a whole bunch of silly stuff. So I can just put this train behind the other train that was following this train originally. Which makes no sense to me. But yeah, we're absolutely red right now. Which obviously makes sense given the circumstances in front of us. We're on main 2 at the moment. We were on main 1. But Otto again decided to play funny on us and decided to make us wait instead of allowing us to continue going. The dispatcher AI dispatcher's logic in this game is fun. At least until it gets everyone stuck. Well, that's cool. I'm pretty sure the railroad area there is probably a lot more different than down here in the US. Here, things like this happen all the time. You'll see trains meet. Though I rarely see trains wait on the main line like I'm doing now, but maybe in busier areas it's possible. I don't know. I don't think my area is that busy to have that happen. But that's what these signals are for, though. It helps trains move from point A to point B. That is one long train. No, I do not know about that. There's the back of that train. We should get the signal here in any moment as soon as it clears out of the switches. That way it can reset up that switch. Come on, flip the switch, Otto. Give me that green light. Come on. You can do it, Otto. I know you can. Yay. Wait, it's diverging me back on main 1? It made me wait all this time for me just... Wait, I need to... I can just release that and my train will slowly start to move. Because of the grade. So all this time it made me wait. It could have had me gone there and just had that train wait there. For the other train to get moved further. Thank you, Otto. For the diverge as well. You could have easily diverged the other train onto this track. And still have me wait here. And not have me have to diverge back onto main 1. That was totally pointless. Oh boy. Now you can see my long train again of 91 units. That's the information on the train, by the way, if you missed it. You can read it if you wish. 91 total units, 374 axles, a lot of tonnage. And apparently a lot of switching between tracks. For whatever reason. Because Otto doesn't know how to do its dispatching job properly. You already said that. But yeah, lots of fun. Funny things happen in Run 8. I'm just gotta be back on the move. I don't like sitting for very long periods of time. Lucky I wasn't on a hill though. I mean, I am, but not that kind of hill. Luckily. We're back on track on main 1, like we originally started on for some reason. Oh boy, Otto. If I could fire you, I would, but I need a dispatcher. And I don't know how to dispatch AI trains, so you're in luck. Gotta talk to the AI sometimes. Hopefully it won't make any further issues for me. I still see the switch switched over from when it originally made that switch for those 2 trains. Hopefully it won't do it again. Because those 2 trains are on the move now, so we probably won't see another one for a while. There's not another one in sight yet. Yeah, there's not another one coming this way yet. We might see one in Barstow. And that might be where we'll be stopping for the day. Actually. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it to... Let me see if I can get it to route me in to the yard. Welcome back. We're gonna see if we can get us routed in. Okay, probably I'm at next control point. So I reach the next control point, which would be at East Envoy. Oh, Tonham again. Actually, it may automatically do it too. I'm not sure. I do not give out that information. I don't know why everyone asks, but I always say no. I don't give out that information. We're making our way down now on this railroad. It's gonna be a long journey. It will help if I actually allow the train to gain speed. Just gonna drop that out completely for now. We can go 55, so I'll get up to at least 50 before I start going that way. You keep saying that. Alright, so we're moving down the way now. We're going to reach the 55 miles per hour that we need to go. Pretty soon, actually, because we're gaining 13 miles per hour each time, so. We should gain it quickly. Stupid alerter. Class 450. What's a class 450? Or he's naming locations. Trying to process what you're trying to say here. You're starting to get into the range of one word text, no context. Why is my sand on? I'm just wasting sand. That's cool. I probably dumped half of my sand that I had available. Which I can't even see how much sand I have. It might. Let's see. Does this tell me how much sand I have? Nope, it does not. We're still having a clear signal, so that's nice. Bell button. I should probably be paying attention to the road, but the railroad. I'm just fascinated over here looking at the controls right now. There's our throttle, the manic braking, which is what we're using. Which I can actually at least to 4. Using axle sand. That's cool. Trick is finding that sweet spot with this dynamic brake, or engine brake, as some people will call it. Engine brakes are nice in trucks and stuff, but they can get very loud in semi trucks. Well, I guess it's loud here too, because this is what we've been hearing for the past hour or so, 30 minutes or so. Or probably, actually, no, probably an hour. Because we've been at this for almost an hour now. Yeah, 2 hours. We've been doing this since we started. I don't know why there's a whistle post here. I'm not gonna blow my whistle because there's no crossing. There's just no need to. It's just that it was because I'm guessing that was supposed to be a road, and I'm guessing it's automatically set to see the roads. I guess. I don't know. I don't fully understand it. I have to look into it and see if that's actually a thing, but I don't think it is. That one chain's being stopped. Oof. poor train. It's been stopped non-stop now. And it's a long train too, so it's hard to get started on this hill. So if you think about it, we have a climb that we're doing. Well, we're not doing a climb, but they will be. And I'm just going downhill really, really fast because I'm able to climb fast. And I have to use my dynamic brake. I don't even get to use my throttle. I just let the hill do its job. My job for me. I don't use it all. It just actually saves fuel, really, in high sense. I've never really had an issue with fuel in this game. You can leave it at notch 8 all day and you'll probably be fine. Other than the fact that you may derail if you go on a downslope. Because you will probably go faster than the speed limit. Which is usually 55 for most freight trains here. So that would not end good. Another way to use your job, by the way, is to go super fast and over the speed limit. Now there's some cases where you might go over a little bit, like I tend to do. That tends to happen. Especially when your dynamic brake requires to be set to 5 or 6 to actual function. But then again, yeah, I have 8,802 tons of weight pushing against my train here, so it makes sense why every so often I would jump up and then finally work after a while. Sometimes I have to use the air brake to get that train behind me to not push so hard. We're still getting highball greens, so which is clear signals. So that's good. That's cool. The alerter. Right now we're still good. I'm only 0.1 over, so I don't care about that. I mean, train's gonna care, but I'm not. All right. It's as long as it's actually keeping it steady at the moment, so that's all that matters. I'm keeping it roughly within my range that I like to keep it at. Is there any more defect detectors? Yes, there is, but we won't be heading anytime soon. Just a bunch of green lights, that's all we're hitting. Hit that alert reset so that alert doesn't go off and stop our train. Because like I said earlier in the stream, if you let that alert go off for too long, it will stop your train as an emergency stop. This makes sense, because if you're not paying attention, you should. The train should not continue going. And it gives you plenty of warnings too. There's 3 different tones of warnings before it stops your train. So, you definitely have plenty of time to react. These journeys always take forever. That's what I like about this game. That's so fun. You can just relax and chill. Why are you saying "re"? Is it because it's taking forever? Or are you talking about the alert that goes "wee"? Because it kind of does. It whine. It's more of a whine tone. Until the very end. Then it sounds angry. It gets real angry with you if you don't listen to it. And it tells you by stopping your train. Because I may make a YouTube video eventually on this where I just purposely let the alert go and stop the train. So you guys can see exactly how it does it. Because it is funny. The tone it makes, it actually literally sounds angry at you. It's like yelling at you. Okay, pay attention. Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Are you asleep? And starts yelling in a loud tone to get your attention. Like this. Da 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 da. That third tone is always so much louder than the others. But I'm not gonna let it go longer than that because I gotta go longer than that, my train will stop, and I don't feel like stopping right now. I need to keep going. But yeah, that alerter, it can get pretty loud. I believe that they're tuned the last tone. I believe there's only 3 tones to that alerter. There might be a 4th, I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention enough to it when I actually did let it activate. But yeah, it gets loud. And I believe trains have it for safety. Well, actually, obviously, that's obvious safety. There's the alert again. And I believe that the faster you go, the more often it happens, too. You're just repeating things multiple times. Alright, we have a highball up ahead again, which makes sense. There's no one else going to be bothering us for a while, so we're going to be able to safely keep going. I don't know what Auto's does that alerter again. I don't know what the Auto's plan is. It's probably going to bring us into Boston receiving yard, which is fine because I actually want it to bring me there. Which it is. Okay, cool, because it took in the marker. It's the marker's no longer there. Okay, I should say. Yeah, I don't allow users on my channel to continuously repeat the same messages over and over again. And you've been doing that this whole entire stream. We're posting one-line messages, so yeah. I consider that spam at that point. I see every message here, especially since there's not many people chatting, so. No point of repeating. Alerter. Okay. We're gonna lower by 1 notch. Yeah, and then we're gonna keep going. Let the train keep going because we can go 55 here, so we don't need to go 47. We can go 55. I like that shadow. You can see the shadow of our train moving. As we quickly move our way down the line. Green highball. Oh, lurder. I'm gonna turn up the music again. For a bit. Well, alerter sounds. I don't know. Let's make sure we don't see alerter sounds. So we're moving our way down the line. Painfully, but surely. We're getting mostly green signals, which is good actually, because that's how I want. I want to keep moving. If I have to stop, I would not like it. At all. Oh, alerter. That alerter can be removed from the train. There's no way to pull it out. Yeah. No, actually, it's a good thing it's there. Keeps you focused. Now alerter. This is a long journey, by the way, because we're running to Bakersford. So next stream, I'm gonna talk about while we're waiting here to get to Barstow. Next stream, we'll continue from Barstow down to Bakersfield. It'll still be a Needles to Bakersfield train, but we'll start from Barstow next stream, because that's where we left off this stream. It just takes too long sometimes to get to point A to point B. So I have to split it up into 2 streams. But next stream will be really long, because 4 hours, maybe 5. Is what I'm gonna be planning on next stream. I'm not sure when that will happen, but I'll have to set aside at least 5 hours. So, and that's the 4 hours is the minimal. So, the maximum is probably 6 hours, but I'm hoping I won't see too many stops. It shouldn't be. It should be 5 hours. 5 hours should be the maximum for that stream. So, but yeah, when that stream happens, it'll be long. That's actually a good time to know of and keep track of, because I'm not sure if my Discord would get the announcement of it or not, but yeah, if you join my Discord, you may get an announcement ping about it. You either go to the news ping or the live ping if I decide to announce a scheduled day. If not, it will just happen and you'll get pinged there as well. It will let you know when I'm on. is I don't have any set schedules. For anyone who wants to know, there's no set schedules of streams. It just happens when it happens. That's how I do it. Things it happens when I have time and stuff like that. And like right now, I got nothing better to do. Though usually it's silent streams, so be prepared for those. This is just the starting point for Run8. Because Railroad, I started talking. I started everything else with talking, so I decided to kind of start this with talking. But I'll finish this off with talking as well, this route. So next stream will be talking stream as well. And then we'll move our way through. From there, you're going to silent streams, which can go on for at least 6 hours or 7 hours, with a maximum of 9 hours for each stream. And I know it doesn't take 9 hours to get from side to end on this map. At least not at the moment. It may in the future, but not right now. So I know I can easily do it. Now, if I had the time in real life, it would be a different story. But yeah, I just liked how we started at nighttime and we ended it during the day. That was real nice. Alright, we still have clear signals up ahead. I'm going to ahead and jump the dynamic again. Let the train gain back up to 55. That's a weird place to have a house. I'm not sure how he gets there. Probably just drives on the dirt, I guess. I hope he doesn't drive on the track. Because that would be stupid. It's also possible he works for the railroad. Or it's a railroading house, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, 100%. Lag jumps. That will happen sometimes here, especially when we get into Barstow Terminal. Because at the moment it has tons of trains there. So we're getting closer and closer to it. I haven't really streamed with this game before. So I wouldn't know. Ooh. We're speeding. Way over. That explains a little bit of lag that we have. Normally my game doesn't lag often, but it happens a lot when lots of stuff happens, like my streams. My stream takes a lot of power, and this game does too, by the way. To run all the AI trains on top of auto dispatch, on top of yourself, on top of a stream, that's a lot to do, and there's a lot of vegetarian here. That's probably what's doing it. Oh, there's a little thing there for a farm. Interesting. Oh, I know. Just a little reminder of the speed limit. The passenger train can actually go 90 through here. It's crazy. I should probably do it. I'll probably do one day where I just do a passenger, but I want to try it out first to see how it works. It'd be nice to be able to zoom down at 90. But I want to get used to it first, because like I said, I'm not a railroader, so I tend to be unknowledged with some stuff, so There's a lot of things I try to do realistically, and I have to learn it first. The hard way, obviously. Two long, one short, one long. Boom. And that's the crossing sequence. Completed. I mean, obviously, my timing was sometimes off on this, but I still did it in the proper sequence. Two long, one short, and then another long. Right after that short. Track that randomly just goes down. Let's see if we can keep it around this speed. We're moving quite quickly at the moment because the 55 miles per hour thing. That helps a lot. Be nice if it was 70 though, which you can do, by the way, if you're have no freight behind you. If it's just an engine, just power will allow. Just moving power around will allow you to go faster. But with freight, unfortunately, they want you to go 55, which I think this is a safety thing. Allows you to still stop safely. Because when you're just an engine, you don't have weight banging into you the same way, like if you have freight and tonnage. The more freight you have, the more tonnage you gain. Well, most likely gain, unless you're pulling all empties. Then it might be a little lighter on the lighter end, but even then, it'll still be heavy. Still green, so that's good. That's what we need. I don't need any more slowdowns. I'm actually going to have to request a siding. I'm not going to make it in time. Acknowledge. Request next siding. Let's see if we can get me to a siding. There's no valid siding for you right now. Okay. Oh well. We'll just keep going to Barstow then. There's no siding for me to stop at, so I have to keep going. Yes, another train. But if you're wondering how many trains I can spawn in at the same time, 10 total trains can spawn in at the same time as opposed to that. I'm not sure how that works. So far it's been accurate. As soon as the train deletes, another one can spawn. And it's been 10 trains this whole entire time, so. And it's been doing so good too with auto. I have yet, since I loaded it 10. Anything more than 10 though, I have issues with auto getting trains stuck and gridlocked. So, keep that in mind. I think 10 is pretty much the max that auto can handle. Unless you're willing to fix auto every so often. It doesn't happen often, but it happens. So I've been trying to find that sweet spot. I need to take a quick break here to take a stretch, but I can't sit. No, I'll let the alert system take place here, and you can see what it does here in stream. And then I might take a quick break, and then we'll get back and get to Barstow and finish the stream up that way. I need a stretch break though. It's gonna get very loud, by the way. I love doing this just for the fun of it sometimes. Yep, there goes. This is a penalty. See, it does give you a penalty. Oh, cool. You can actually reset it. Just like that. It's reset. I didn't know you could do that. I just assumed that your train forever be in brake mode. That's good though, because I want to brake properly. There you go. Just let it continue doing its thing. It's bound to stop, right? It's not gonna stop for that signal. I hope it's smart enough to reroute the other train. Let's cancel my routing. And then request this. We're going. Alright, so this pink means that. Where are we? This pink right here means that we have this mainline authority. So what it's going to do with this train is it's probably going to send it on to main 2 and around us. So we'll probably see that action here in a moment. But I'll be right back. Alright, so I have a plan. We're in the perfect block now, so you see this siding right here? For the time being, till next stream, I'm gonna knock myself into this siding right here, because I'm actually at pretty much running out of stream hours for this stream, so next time, like I said, I'll plan for longer, that way. That way we can do more. So for now, I have myself set up there to that siding, which ignores all those wishes and commands. I also took off my industry thing, my main authority. That way it can route that train however it wants. Now we just gotta wait for the air and stuff to populate. We're still not at 90, so So basically in 3 miles we'll run into a hard thing here. So we got quite a bit of trip still, but we'll get us into a side where I can park it for the night. So, and then we'll continue off in the next stream where we left off. I'll keep this train sitting here for us as I play and stuff. I'll do other trains while I wait if I decide to play this later on today. Or just sit here in the siding. It won't be touched. I don't imagine us going too far for the siding either. I hope not. There's at least a signal or two in our way that we have to get past first. I would call this a siding, but this is still a main line. We cannot block the main line overnight or over a long period of time, especially if I decide to play later on, because they'll probably hit me later. Even though I could do a main line authority, but that won't stick when we launch the game. So I want to do something that will stick when we launch the game in order to keep the train there until I decide to move it or have AI move it. But I won't have AI move it. I'll only move it on stream because this is my stream train right now. This is what our stream's doing. So we'll put into the siding for now. Ooh, as you can tell, as soon as I backed off that notch, instantly a push. That's because we're going up a grade. Now, if I see any other siding too I can get myself onto, I'll take it as well. But I doubt it. I don't have the schematics for this area, so we're just gonna have to go for it. And I tried requesting for a siding again. It just keeps saying there's no available siding for us. It seems like you have to be right in the block for it to give it to you. So I just manually did it, and you'll see what I did to make it an achievement to achieve it. But you do not have to turn off dispatcher. So what I did was I turned this blue to change. See, I can't change it right now because obviously I have it selected. And then I turned this to a advanced approach. And actually, I'm gonna make that a stop signal for now. I bet you Auto's gonna try. I wonder if it's gonna try bringing me. No, it's not. Okay. So we still have this main line to go, and we'll get up to that signal, which you can see is an advanced approach right there. So we'll stop at that signal. When we're there, I'll show you what to do. I even set the switch back to normal real quick, so you can see exactly what to do if you're ever in a situation where you need a sign back. Auto won't give it to you because that happens often. Believe it or not, that actually does happen a lot. We're moving just slowly. Very, very, very slowly. I can give it another notch. It's gonna be a while till we get up to that red signal. Moving slowly is all it's gonna do is annoy an owl. The dispatcher. As it's gonna have to figure out what to do with that other train now. It should just right behind us, really, because I plan on going to a sighting soon. It shouldn't mess with what I want to do. Yeah. I'm gonna slowly make it our way to that siding so that way I can park this train for the night and end of stream. It's been a long day. I've been playing this game since like early this morning and trying to do a recording. Did that, then I went straight to playing it again for a stream. So, and I had to do it twice, the recording twice, because Auto the first time decided it wanted to route me a whole totally different direction than I wanted to go, and that's fine with me. Sometimes. Okay, 5 minutes Barstool. But when it's longer than Barstool, I'm not fine with it. Okay, I need to start notching down because we're gonna hit this advanced approach, which is fine. That's what I want to do. I want it to stop me. This is the one time where I'm okay with stopping, because I plan on stopping somewhere anyways for the night. Alright, we got our approach medium, which is what they call it, I guess. I like the advanced approach better, but yeah, it's an approach medium. Probably banning and stuff. I think UP's the advanced approach. I know I saw a bunch of posts on this before. But it's approach medium, so we're on a medium approach for now, which is around the speed we're doing now. And once we reach that approach, we'll have to go 25 or less to be safely do it. I think it's 25 normally for the advanced approach, but or the approach medium, but I'm not gonna get into details on how railroads do their things. I'm just doing things the way I do it. If there's another signal 2.2 miles, which should be the approach signal. It takes forever to get across these maps. I think that second one that we're getting ready to hit here, the something approach, is probably a lot closer to that other one than these ones are. This one's just enough to get warning because you might be going 55 miles per hour by the time you hit it. And it'll allow you to slow down to safer speeds. It means you're supposed to get safer speeds, so that way you're ready for the next thing in case it is an approach. If it is, restrict your speed even more in case it's a red in the next signal. That's all they are. They're distance signals. I'm surprised there are as many as there are, to be honest. But it makes sense. 55 miles per hour, and the distance matters too. Because if you're going 55 past that approach medium signal, you're most going to be up here over here by the time you reach 30s. So if you want to slow down without wearing your brakes or causing a fire on your brakes, I guess there's always that opportunity of emergency slam when you hit that red light. But who knows if that would even work to save your job. And you'll probably still be yelled at by the shop crew for causing damage to the brakes for emergency stopping. Like I did earlier, which is not smart, but it's a game. So a lot of realisticness goes away when you play a game. Another bell bar. Another burst of load for the burster yard. It gets enough of them a day. I'm surprised. It doesn't always fit him either. I sometimes have to go there and start deleting them. Or I can just... I might do a day where I just work on the... Okay, we need a notch off here. So we're about to reach that approach and then... Wait, is that a... Just curious here. Okay, no, that's not a siding for us, but that's our siding right there. You hear a lot of clanking and a lot of speeding up on this, but I saw the area, so it's not far from this signal. So we're gonna have to. Okay, we're gonna put that on full power here. That thing is now at 2.3 miles, so it's still a far distance even. I would assume that would have been closer because by the point you reach that signal, you should be at safer speeds to be able to stop by that signal, that red signal. So, I don't know. I'm not sure how railroads work. But right there would have been even perfecter. So you can pull. I would have fit. I might have fit in that. Otto's doing his thing. I'm doing mine. I'm working my way up here. I could try it. I'm actually gonna try it real quick. Let's see if he gives it to me. Let's see if he knows about that siding, or if I'm just gonna have to work it manually. Oh no. No, I don't want that siding that you picked. I'm not sure what siding you picked, but that's not the siding I want. So cancel my routing. I'll just stop. I thought I saw the alerter for a second, but it disappeared. Okay, so we need to gain some speed here. We're going slow. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the process here. So what I'm gonna do is do that, and then using the same thing to get that blue, click that. What that does is make the approach signal flash, or the restricting. So I can proceed at restricting speed, and can only go as fast as 15 miles per hour, or as fast as I can visually see in the conditions, to ensure that if there's something in it, I don't hit it hard, or I can stop before it. And I'm sure there might be a reason why auto's not letting me go in there, but I'm gonna put myself in there anyways, even if it is an industry entrance, because I don't do industries in this save. So that's the thing about opening up a server where like, you can do industries, and then you have to be concerned about that. But this is my freestyle save where I just do driving. I like driving more than doing freight. Railroader is my freight game, where I do freight basically what it wants me to do. Do a Valley is one of those chill back and relax games while doing routes. And this one's just driving, general driving, the trains. But yeah, that's what a restricting signal looks like. This is a flashing red signal. Pretty important in the railroad world, because that's the only way a train can actually get in to pick up its load out of a siding like this, because it's CC controlled. It's literally the only way. Any other way, the train would be running an absolute red, which would be against the rules. So this way, you're not running an absolute red; you're running a restricting, which means I need to start slowing down, because I have to go at restricted speed. Even though the siding calls that I can go 25, I can't, because auto does not want to route me in there. I probably could have selected that inside of the siding and had him route me that way too, I guess, in high sense, but this was easier. It takes so long to get there at this such slow speed. Welcome to railroading, where it takes ages to reach your final destination. The goal is to get into the siding and line up right for that red light. That way, when I'm ready to go next stream, I can just request signal out of here easily. I'm not too panicked. I can see clearly that there's nothing in that siding, so I know I can stop by the time that red light hits. Something I could be too picky about rules and stuff like that on this. There's our restricting signal. It will turn red immediately as soon as I pass it, because I'm officially in the block for this. And auto should switch it back, but I will switch it back afterwards, just so it doesn't have to deal with trying to send another train in the siding with me, which it shouldn't, because it doesn't like siding people for some reason, even though I have the option to. So I literally have to give myself a restrict. I had to literally give myself a restricting to get myself here. And as you can see, that light is now gray and out of service because it's red and it can't be switched or anything. I might do a dispatching stream too one day. I feel like it'd be fun to just dispatch trains, like sit on this screen all day watching for trains. But I don't think AI do not tone you, so you have to know how to handle them. But most of them go to Bakersfield and to Needles, so it's real easy. And if it says bar, it goes to Barstool receiving yard, which you can put yourself into, or them into. I guess if you want to be specific. Alright, we're just gonna keep going this until we stop or reach that signal. That's how we're doing it. And just hopefully that I clear the backing here. If I don't, I'll have to move slightly. Actually, this was an industry check by the looks of it. We're still on the road here. Come on, get out of the road here. We're bound to stop eventually, but I'm gonna have to get myself going. Well, we're also gonna pretend like I already alerted dispatch that I'm gonna be pausing my train here for overnight or multiple days, plural. In this case, possibly. It may happen right away. I'm not sure. I gotta notch up because we're not gonna be clear of the signal. I know we are. I'm just kind of curious if it'll actually handle itself, or if I'm gonna have to fix it. But I'll try that another day. I don't want to see what happens if I was to leave that switch lined into here. I don't see it routing into her anyways, because it'd be pointless. It would do nothing. The goal is just to get up there a little bit. Oh, it's at that back. Oh nope, it won't let me. We're slowly reaching stopping here. I can take and see the signals from here, so I don't know if I got a through point. But I just want to get myself the rest of the way there. I'll just try to get myself to where I can control that signal switch there, but it won't let me. That's why we're not moving. Don't break couplers, don't break couplers, don't break couplers. By the time it notched 2, it slowed me down, way down. Yeah, I know. But can I please use that? Just waiting for Otto to gain control of it again. I want it to. There it goes. There. Now let me do the switch because it had to control. So as long as Otto has control over it, it will let you do the switch. Nice. That's good to know. So next stream, if I didn't play on the save before it, we'll have a train that will pass us first. We probably won't be able to get a clean green signal because that one's probably gonna already take priority. Which makes sense. Set a handbrake. We'll set multiple handbrakes. Heading to the back here. Turn these guys off. And there we go. We are officially parked on a siding. Again, the other train's gonna have priority next stream if I haven't played off camera at all. But even if I play off camera, there's a small possible chance of that happening as well. Anyways, I'm gonna save here. Quick rolled main save overwrite. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one.